Hey guys, welcome to my game reviews, and today I'll be taking a look at Mutation Nation for the Neo Geo. Let's talk about the Neo Geo real quick, so anyone who doesn't know about it can catch up. The Neo Geo was an arcade system that used interchangeable cartridges much like the SNES or Genesis. Because of this, it was able to store more than one game. Certain Neo Geo cabinets could have up to 4 to 6 games in it at one time. Eventually, the Neo Geo got a home console port called the Neo Geo AES, and it was an authentic arcade experience at home, but it would cost you upwards towards about $600 for the system and $250 per game, so it didn't do too well. Now with that little bit of history out of the way, let's talk about the game I'm reviewing today, that being Mutation Nation. Mutation Nation is a side-scrolling beat-em-up where your character is going after a mad scientist whose biological experiments were shut down and his lab exploded soon after. Now, years later, a genetic virus is mutating people and you must clean up the streets yourself and defeat the mad scientist. To defeat the mutants and robots, you have your usual punches and kicks, but you also have these 4 spheres which you can collect that give you different power-ups, like light, fire, lightning, and wind. These can be used if you hold down the punch button and let your meter fill up. These work great on bosses and mini-bosses. Speaking of the bosses, they're all pretty cool, which is to be expected in a game called Mutation Nation. The first boss is a giant Viking. Another boss is an alien that looks like something straight out of John Carpenter's remake of The Thing. The same could be said for the final boss, but my favorite boss probably has to be the mutated stripper in the second level. The level design is great, all the backgrounds look nice, and you have your typical street levels and the inevitable subway level that's in every beat 'em up, but you do have some very cool levels like the underground lab, the string of trucks, and the skyscraper where you refight all the bosses. This game definitely shows off what the Neo Geo could do graphically. One thing that I really like about the levels is the sort of futuristic look that some of them have. It reminds me of Neo Tokyo from Akira. The enemies in the game are pretty cool, like the guys with giant eyeball heads, and these giant ant things. And then you have the robots that look like C-3PO. And also these shrimp head looking things. All the enemies are fun to beat up and don't take much damage before they're toast, which is what makes this game a ton of fun, since I don't find myself getting bored until maybe the last level. There are only 6 levels in case you're wondering. The music sounds like it was made on the Genesis. It's got a very twangy sound to it, but it's also kind of got a metal vibe going. It makes you want to beat up some mutants, but there's not much else I can say about it since it's kind of forgettable and overshadowed by the game itself. So, once you make it to the last boss, it looks like a mix between the Xenomorph from Alien and something out of John Carpenter's The Thing. I can't help but laugh at the extra head protruding from his crotch area. But once you kill it, you jump from the top of the building that is now exploding because, you know, video games, and you somehow survive. You are then treated with some very bad English. You can hope next our game. See you again. That's a perfect ending if you ask me. So if you're looking for an interesting beat 'em up or a fun game for the Neo Geo, check out this gem that I don't ever hear anyone ever talk about for some reason. The game is on the Neo Geo X Portable if you have one. If not, maybe pick one up to play this game, or just use emulation. Whatever floats your boat. Also, this game is 2 players, so if you have a friend, they can get in on the fun. You can hope next my review. See you again.